Alex, we need to leave this house. Listen to what the neighbors are saying, this place is cursed. Forget the money, let's just go. Our lives are more important than any house. Jumoke and Alex had been married for 3 years when they finally found their dream house in Lagos. It was a 4-bedroom duplex in a developing estate near Oja. The price seemed too good to be true, but the agent assured them that the owner was desperate to sell. It's a lucky deal, Alex had said excitedly. Jumoke, however, felt uneasy the first time they stepped into the house. The air was heavy, as if something unseen was watching them. The house had been unoccupied for a long time, yet the walls had strange stains, dark, almost like dried blood. Maybe it's just old paint, Alex said when she pointed it out. She let it go, convincing herself it was just nerves. They were finally homeowners in Lagos who wouldn't be excited. But that night, as they lay on their mattress in the half-arranged bedroom, Jumoke thought she heard something. A soft, distant sobbing. At first, she assumed it was the wind. But then she heard it clearly, a voice whispering, "Help me." She sat up abruptly. "Alex, did you hear that?" "Hear what?" He mumbled sleepily. She listened again, but the house was silent. Shaking her head, she lay back down, unaware that their nightmare was only beginning. The next morning, as Jumoke swept the front yard, she noticed an old woman staring at her from across the street. The woman looked frail, her wrapper tied loosely around her chest, her feet dusty. When their eyes met, she quickly looked away and hurried into her compound. Jumoke frowned. Why is she acting like that? Later that evening, she decided to visit the next compound to introduce herself. The moment she mentioned that she had moved into the house, the woman's face changed. "You bought that house?" "Yes, Ma," Jumoke said hesitantly. The woman let out a deep sigh. "Young girl, go and tell your husband to leave that place. That house is not ordinary." Jumoke's heart pounded. "What do you mean?" The old woman shook her head. "If I talk too much, they will come for me. Just ask yourself, why was the house so cheap?" She stepped back and shut her door firmly. Jumoke felt a chill run down her spine. When Alex got home, she told him what the woman said, but he dismissed it. "Nigerians and superstition," he scoffed. "People like to create stories. We got a good deal. Let's enjoy it." But that night, the crying voice returned, closer this time. Determined to get answers, Jumoke went to the estate's security post the next day. After pressing them for information, one of the guards finally spoke up. "Madam, the man who built that house was rich, but his money no pure." Jumoke's stomach tightened. "What do you mean?" The guard hesitated, then lowered his voice. "Years ago, there was a young pure water seller, a small boy. He used to sell around here. One day, he disappeared. The last place he was seen was near your house, before they started building it." Jumoke gasped. The rumor was that the owner used him for money rituals. Blood money. After he finished building the house, his own life turned upside down. His family members started dying mysteriously. His wife ran mad. Eventually, he fled. Nobody wanted to buy the house because of the rumors. You and your husband are the first people to move in. Jumoke felt like vomiting. She stumbled back to the house, her mind spinning. That night, she told Alex everything. He finally started to look worried. "Maybe we should see a pastor," he admitted. But by then, it was already too late. That night, the house came alive. At exactly 2 a.m., the sound of dripping water echoed through the bedroom. Jumoke sat up and listened. It was coming from the ceiling. Drip, drip, drip. Alex woke up. "What's that sound?" Before she could respond, the lights started flickering. Then, a voice filled the room, a deep, guttural voice. "Give me back my life." The wardrobe doors flung open violently. The window shutters banged on their own. Then they saw him. A small, gaunt boy stood at the door, his eyes sunken, his clothes tattered and soaked in blood. Jumoke screamed. Alex grabbed her, and they bolted out of the room. But as they ran down the hallway, the walls started bleeding. Dark red stains oozed from the corners, the air thick with the scent of decay. They reached the front door and pulled at the handle. It wouldn't budge. The boy's voice echoed again. You live in my blood. You sleep in my pain. The house was shaking. The walls groaned as if something monstrous was trying to break free. Then, as suddenly as it started, everything stopped. The silence was deafening. The door swung open on its own. Without looking back, they ran. By morning, they were gone. They didn't bother packing. They left everything behind. As they drove away, Jumok looked back one last time. In the window, the small boy stood there, watching them, his eyes filled with sorrow. They never spoke about the house again. They never told anyone what had happened. But from that day, they made a promise. Before packing into any house, always ask about its past.
Thank you for watching Story Bees. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing African tales and bedtime stories. See you next time and keep the stories alive.